Hi friend, today we are going to cover the Disability Access Service from Disney World. I am Laura Krumzak and this is the Disney Slowdown. Now, the Disability Access Service is a tool that we have used and it has been a godsend, frankly. We have used a similar program at Universal Studios and I can just say that at the recording of this video, Universal has some work to do. When you first sign up for it, and they will give you a couple of, they're called courtesy reservations per day per park. And those are nice, but those are more like lightning lanes. So it will say, oh, okay, you can ride Space Mountain on Monday from 2 to 3 p.m. Now those will expire. So if you don't make it over to Space Mountain on Monday between 2 and 3 p.m., then that courtesy reservation is going to go away. But those are just kind of bonus extra reservations. We used those the first time that we took our kids to Disney, and they were helpful, but they can also still be a little stressful because, as you know, how boundaries work with your kids. If you say we've got to go here and we have to be there at this time, that's usually when the meltdowns happen. So what I love about the DAS is you can only hold one reservation at a time, but that reservation is there all day. So if you make a reservation and you're like, we are headed across to Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. So we've logged into the park, or we scanned into the park. We're going to head all the way across Magic Kingdom. We're going to get to Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. And on the way, you've got bathroom breaks. You've got somebody's melting down. Somebody wants to shop. Somebody wants to, buy a trinket. Somebody needs food. We're just not in the mood to handle people and you've got to take a break. Whatever happens, that reservation does not disappear. And there are days that it has taken us 4 hours to get to our reservation. But you know what? There's no pressure. And our kids don't need the extra pressure of we have to be here at this time. When I see the videos about Genie Plus and Lightning Lanes, that stresses me out. And I don't like to go to the parks and be all stressed. I want to enjoy myself. And that's why I have this channel. I don't think there's another Disney vlogger that is going to tell you to slow down. But you have to when you have special needs kids. So I'm going to show you some actual pictures and videos of the app before you take your trip, and maybe even before you apply for the DAS. I would recommend downloading the My Disney Experience app onto your phone, opening it up on any given day, and just kind of looking at not just the map of the lands, but also the wait times. We have been able to successfully DAS our way around the parks and do everything that we've wanted to do and have plenty of time for breaks and have plenty of time to stop and look at things and interact and, calm down. So I don't want you to freak out. The whole point of these videos and this channel is to really just step back and not try to push yourself or your family through these parks, because you're going to spend a lot of money regardless. I'm going to try and save you some money. I've got videos, I've got ideas, but you're going to spend a lot of money, and that alone puts a lot of pressure on you and even on the kids. And so we want to remove that stress and we want to help you have a great time. What's included? Almost everything is available to DAS once you are in the parks. Now, if you're there on a busy day, which is frequent, let's just be honest, it's Disney, and revenge vacationing is real. you could spend 20, 30 minutes in the lightning lane. So you want to make sure that your kids have their snacks, park bags, have their snacks, their water, maybe a fidget toy. That's going to help you because while you're waiting to get through into the pre-show, you might have some time standing in line. For the rest of the rides, attractions, even some of the character meet and greets, you're going to be able to scan into the park and you're going to be able to pull up your map and you're going to be able to DAS whatever it is that you guys want to hit. So I think it's important to have an idea of what the park looks like and where the lands are. So like in Magic Kingdom, when you scan in, you can either go to the left and go toward Frontierland, Adventureland, Liberty Square, or you can go to the right and that's Tomorrowland. Just kind of knowing which direction you're going to go. I have a Google Spreadsheet because I love spreadsheets and I'm kind of a nerd that way. I wrote out all of the, yes, you are welcome. I wrote out all of the attractions that are available to DAS in each park, all of the characters that you're going to find in each park. So having that knowledge ahead of time is going to help you with your game day, basically. This is all pre-work. Also, you do not want to make a plan to like, okay, we're going to scan into the park and the first thing we're going to do is Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, which you can scan in and you can DAS, and it's probably going to be an hour or longer wait, which is a great time because you're going to walk all the way back there. But then you're like, okay, now we want to ride Space Mountain, which is all the way back to the front and over in Tomorrowland. Don't do that. You are already going to be walking like a crazy person. I mean, 20,000 steps in a day is not unheard of. I would say 20,000 is a minimum if you want to DAS what's right in front of you. So you scan into the park. If you want to DAS Space Mountain, let's say you got a virtual queue for Tron and you've got maybe an hour or two to wait, possibly. So you're deciding, let's go ahead and check out Tomorrowland because you've got some attractions there. The laugh floor is really great. My kids love the laugh floor. And that's with Monsters, Inc. So it's DASable, but it's not necessary. I mean, the show is like 10 minutes long, so there's usually a 10-minute wait. If you DAS it, you're not getting in any sooner. In the description, I am going to link some of my favorite videos. I love the DFBGuide, Disney food blog. And while they do talk a lot about food, they also talk about the overall Disney news and where things are trending and happening, announcements, construction, all kinds of things. But they also have an ultimate guide to each park for each year. Now, we watched them for 2023, and I felt like those videos were like an hour long. I'm going to have to go find those and put those on a playlist and link that playlist because I thought those were very informative. The ones for 2024 were only each about 30 minutes long. I'm like, so I'm gonna link both because I really appreciated the more information. So you can learn all about the attractions and see if that's even something that your kids want to do. But the DAS program will allow you to accomplish everything that you want stress-free if you qualify for it.
Let's look at the My Disney Experience app. This is your front page, and if you scroll down to the bottom, you're going to find Virtual Queue, Lightning Lane, etc., etc. But let's go back, and I want to show you where you're going to find your DAS. If you scroll down to the bottom, right next to transportation or right in front, that's where your DAS is going to be. Ours is currently missing, so we're just going to wing it. There are a couple of different ways to get to the attractions. You can use this, but I don't recommend going to this location. I say go to your map And then you want to go to the top and you want to select filter, and you're going to choose the park that you're in. Okay, and then you hit select. All this, you're going to be in Magic Kingdom now. As you can see, you can filter out for characters. So if your child wants to meet characters, you can select that and then zoom into the park and find out who and where they're going to be. Most of these are not going to be DASable. You're just going to have to go there and find them and wait in line. Hopefully the line's not too terribly long. There are going to be a few opportunities for Mickey and Minnie and some princesses that will be DASable. We'll get to those. We're going to go back to wait times. We're going to zoom in and we're going to go over to the lands. And this is where you're going to see which one is going to be worthy of DASing. Jungle Cruise would be a good one to DAS. Another good one to DAS. Oh, it looks like Space Mountain is not available right now. That happens a lot. Be prepared. But Buzz Lightyear, that's another good one to DAS. So you're going pull up the attraction, and right next to the lightning lane, that is where your DAS is going to show. If the wait time is 50 minutes, then they will give you a return time of about that same amount of time, give or take maybe 5-10 minutes, so you have time to go through the lightning lane. But then you would select it, make your reservation, confirm your party, and then you just keep moving forward with your day. Maybe this is a good time to hit another attraction that doesn't have a big wait, or go to the Laugh Floor, which is probably only going to be a 10-minute wait since they're real close together. This is really the best way to kind of look around the land and see what else is close by that you might be able to do while you're waiting for your return time for Buzz Lightyear. So Tomorrowland Speedway only has a 20-minute wait. The Laugh Floor, obviously 10 minutes. Now I'm going to show you something up in Storybook Circus back here in the corner. There are some characters back here, but I don't believe that they are DASable. You're going to have to just go back there and stand in line for them. But if you pull them up and you don't see a lightning lane possibility, then they're not going to be DASable. But you can add them to your day, and that will show up on your front page of My Disney Experience, kind of as a reminder that's something that you wanted to do. Moving on over to Fantasyland here behind the castle, the Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, 120 minutes. You're definitely going to want to DAS that when you get closer to that area. And as we keep moving around, right behind the castle, there's Fairy Tale Hall, and you are going to be able to meet princesses there, and yes, those are DASable, so you can take a look at that, get in line really quick. Now, you can only have one DAS at a time, so if you were to DAS Seven Dwarfs Mine Train and wait for that 2 hours, then you would have to go stand in line for the princesses there, but 30 minutes really isn't terrible. And Seven Dwarfs Mine Train is probably always going to have at least an hour, more like 2 hours of a wait time. As we keep moving around, Peter Pan's Flight is one that is frequently going to have a long line, and that is one that you can get as a DAS pre-reservation. But I would definitely DAS Peter Pan's Flight if that's something that you want to experience. Liberty Square Riverboat. See that boat right there? That is so fun. And there's no seating on that boat, but you get to stand up and look around outside. You get to go around Tom Sawyer's Island. You can see the river there. It's a nice, slow ride. Great place to just kind of chill if you don't mind sitting on the ground, because again, there is no seating on that riverboat. I'm not sure why. Tom Sawyer's Island is a great place for kids to just go run and blow off some steam. They can go to the fort over there on the other side of the bridge and just explore that island. I always like to sit close by where the ferry comes. There's bathrooms there. It's very nice. The Jungle Cruise is another one that you're going to probably want to DAS. That's a fun little attraction. A lot of puns going on there. Oh, I see the backside of water. Look at that. Pirates of the Caribbean is going to be hit or miss. Sometimes you're going to get it on a short line. Sometimes you're going to have to DAS it. Big Thunder, you will probably almost always have to DAS that one. But as you can kind of see, as you make your way around these lands, you're going to be able to DAS a ride right away and then make your way over there in plenty of time. You'll have lots of time for bathroom breaks and stopping for water or get something to eat or even look at the shops. It's really not as complicated as it feels at first. And once you get the hang of it, you will have no problems DASing your way around the park. And if you found this video helpful, I would really appreciate it if you would like, subscribe, hit that notification button, leave me a comment, ask me a question, and then join me in my next video.
Hi-ho!